You're about to daven Shmon Esrei. Does it really make a difference if I daven? Does it really affect anything? Every single time you pray, it has a positive, strong effect on the entire Jewish people. I'll give you two proofs. One proof is Avram Avinu davens for Sodom. The answer is no. Sodom is not saved at all. But Chazal tell us, and other places in the Meforshim tell us that the tefillos that Avram Avinu prayed for Sodom helped the entire Jewish people throughout history. That's one proof. The second proof that your tefillos are so powerful and have a really strong effect is the Gemara says that when we daven in the same way that an Eved goes to ask his master for something. When a slave goes to ask his master for something, first he praises the master, then he asks for what he needs, and then after he receives what he wants, after he gets it, he says, "Master, thank you so much." We daven the same exact way. We praise Hashem, we ask Him, and then we thank Him for having granted exactly what we wanted. So wait a second, that's not true. If you're davening for parnasa, and you praise Hashem, great HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and now you ask Him for parnasa, you ask Him for money, you ask Him for a financial situation that's going to be better. Then all of a sudden, as soon as you finish praying for that, you say, Baruch Atah Hashem, Mivarech Hashanim, thank you for blessing the years. It's not true. If I look at my bank account, it's not going to be bigger. What's pshat? Teretz is beautiful, beautiful. It doesn't make a difference whether you see it now or not. As soon as you daven, there is a definite positive effect in the world that's already happened, so much so that you can thank Hashem that I already granted it to you. Now, if you know that that's the case, that means every tefillah that you have is effective. So listen to this. There are people in the world that chas v'shalom are supposed to get into a car accident right now. Two cars, terrible. The person gets rushed to the hospital, Chalila, and he's in danger, he's in trouble. How can I help him? What can I do? So of course you daven. You daven for the person. You try to help as much as you can. You daven intensely. But you know what? If you daven ahead of time, you daven intensely, and you daven for a long period of time, like everyone davens every single day, the Jewish people should be protected. Hashkivenu is a protection prayer. If you daven all the time, the Jewish people should be protected, and that calamity should be avoided, then a lot of times, you know what's going to happen? It's not going to happen. There's not going to be any car accident. The person's not going to fall down. He's not going to get sick. Someone's not going to lose all of his money. He's not going to get robbed. And it's all because of you. And when you get up there after 120 years, they're going to say to you, Baruchim Aboyim, to the great tzaddik. You're going to say, me, great tzaddik? What do you mean? Yeah, you saved 1,000 people's lives. Me? What are you talking about? I wasn't involved in it, so I gave some money now and then, but that was about it. What do you mean? No. Your tefillos were personally responsible for preventing 1,000 deaths in the Jewish people. 1,000 people are alive and stay alive longer because of your tefillos. And there's another situation when they tell you, Baruchim Aboyim, why? Because they tell you you're a tremendous tzaddik. Why? Because there were 1,000 people that chas v'shalom might have gotten a divorce. But because you were saying Shalom Rav and Sim Shalom when you're Shmon Esrei, you're praying for the Jewish people to have peace, to have Shalom. So there were 1,000 couples that had more Shalom, and it kept them right over the threshold to have Shalom in their house. They stayed together and their marriages were fine. It's all because of you. Wow, that's a different perspective in Shmon Esrei. It's a different perspective in every prayer that you make, because tefillah is great, and your tefillah is great, and every time you daven, it has a tremendously strong effect, and it's going to bring you to greatness.